Welcome to Norfolk, Virginia!
Well, when we got to Virginia, we had to go on a scary tunnel underneath the ocean. At the first hullabaloo, they had the opening ceremonies with all the NATO flags, and they had soldiers from each of the NATO countries marching. They did a flyover with 2 helicopters. That was so cool. We went on a boat tour of the bay and we saw the George Bush and the Ford aircraft carriers. We saw ships bringing in lots of cargo. We saw a submarine hidden under the water. They took us to the Naval Museum that had the USS Wisconsin on display, and we got to climb all over it. It was so cool and so fun to see all of the different things that they had on this battleship.
I went inside a gun turret and saw my name. How cool is that?
Had a memorial for veterans that showed letters that people had written in all of different wars. That was really cool and kind of sad at the same time. They took us to the Science and Space Museum where we saw Apollo 12 that had actually been in space and dropped into the ocean. They had life-size airplanes, the real airplanes that they used. They had a video that was real cool of going into space. They had a lunar habitat that they wanted to put on the moon for people to live in full time. The Naval Aviation Monument Park is right there on Virginia Beach, and they did a good job with all of their statues and monuments. Virginia Beach. There's a cool statue of Neptune on the beach, and everybody was trying to get their picture taken by it. Then they took us to Fort Monroe. Fort Monroe has witnessed some of our nation's most significant events. It was made a national park by Obama when he was president. We only got one picture at the Botanical Gardens, but it was a beautiful place. The festival was so fun. They had people dancing from all other cultures. They had all these other countries giving away stuff. It was a lot of fun. Tori, Sue, and I learned to dance from Norway. It was so fun. The parade was so fun. It had people from all the NATO countries, and they showed off their floats and their native costumes and their native music, and they gave out flags. It was so much fun.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Our new friend sitting with Larry, minus Jerry, he wasn't there. And then the culminating event was the NATO tattoo. It was an amazing show. It lasted 2.5 hours, but I could have easily sat there longer. It was so good and just made you a proud American.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the land was still there. Oh, say does that stars me the pancakes are so fine. Well, you can try to chew them, but welcome to Trade Rock Propel Demonstration Day, featuring Rangers from the U.S. Army Airborne
Our soldiers, sailors, and Marines. Thank you for your good and faithful service. And even if each of you has been overcome may our Army, Navy, and Marine continue to stand there faithful and vigilant watch over us.
through the night with the light from above.
From the mountains to the prairies, to the ocean.
We hope you liked our video. We had a great time at the NATO Tattoo.